Hi guys, I'm Ranjay. Today in this video, I'm going to talk about a plant. And the name of that plant is Lantana camara, or as we call it, Putu's plant. Yes, that's the name that we call it. So let's start. So here is a plant which is the Putu's plant as we all call it, but its real name is Lantana camara. Yes, and yes, look at this plant. It has pink and yellow flowers, and actually I get that spiky feeling because if you touch the branches, then you feel some spikes on it. Yes, there you can feel the spikes. Now this plant has been everywhere around our house, so I have decided to collect the branches and I will talk about the points of this plant. Yes, the Putu's plant, or scientific name Lantana camara. Yeah. Okay, so let's start. So here's number 1. Lantana camara is a species of the flowering plant within the verbena family. Yes. Now the Putu's plant or Lantana camara is a species of a flowering plant or plants that have flowers, and that is the verbena family. Yes. And we all know this verbena family, and which means it is just a family which has plants which have flowers. Yes. So this family includes plants that have flowers, and as you can see, the Putu's plant does have flowers and it's a plant, so it qualifies. Now native to the American tropics. Now as you see, we always see this plant around in India, but it did not originate from India. It actually originated in the American tropics. And what's that area? Well, it's basically just an area in the American continent where it is very tropical. Yes, like the Caribbean and some parts of the USA. Yeah, those are the areas where it is where the temperature is moderate and the air is nice. And it feels like you're on a summer vacation. Yeah, when you go on a holiday. And now, anyway, its Bengali meaning is Putus. Yes, the word that we called for this plant is the Bengali meaning, Putus. And if you're wondering what's the Hindi name, well, there's actually two names for it. You can either call it Katurang or Ghaneri. Now, so this is one word, Katurang and Ghaneri. So yeah, and those are the two words, Katurang or Ghaneri. These are the two Hindi words that you can call for this plant that originate from the verbena family. Yeah. So that is point 1 done. Now for number 2. Lantana camara is a perennial, an erect, swelling or scanded shrub which typically grows to around 2 meters tall. Yes, 2 meters tall. But as you can see, this is not 2 meters because we have actually planted this in a pot, so it wouldn't grow exactly 2 meters. But if it's from the wild, and like if it is not being planted in a pot and it is by itself in the forest, then it could go up to 2 meters. It's if you go to a forest that has them. Yeah. And form dense thickets in a variety of environments. And if you're wondering what is the meaning thickets, well, they're basically just the branches of some bushes that have thorns, like there are spikes all over it. Yes, and as you can see, you might think these are thickets because there's actually very small spikes on them, but it's not exactly a thicket because it should be very long, and so it can just be called a thicket. Yeah. So this can only grow 2 meters in the wild. We have just planted this in a pot, so it wouldn't grow exactly 2 meters. But if it's from the wild, then it can actually grow 2 meters. Yeah. Now, under the right conditions, or in the conditions where the pothos plant can actually grow, it can scramble up into the trees and can grow to 6 meters tall. Yes. Now, if it's under the exactly the right conditions, like suppose this is a bush that has the plant and it's nearby a tree, a very tall one. Yes. So if it's in the right conditions that can make it grow tall enough or very tall, then it could go up to a tree. Yes, it can go up to a tree like this. We'll just go around the tree and cover it up. If it's near a tree, then it will spread its thickets and branches. It's up to 6 meters maximum. Yes, that is 20 feet. That is 20 feet off the ground. Yes, if it's under the right conditions and there's a pothos a shrub. Yes, it's called a shrub. This type of plant is called a shrub and it's nearby a tree. Then it can possibly just go around the tree and spread its thickets and branches. It's up to 6 meters. Yeah. Now number 3. The leaves are broadly ovate, opposite and simple and have a strong odor when crushed. Yes. Yes, just look. So here are the leaves of the pothos plant. Now if I touch it, then I will also feel a very rough and they are opposite. And if you crush them, like if I just squeeze one right now, but I don't want to because I don't want to ruin the plant, and then it will release a very strong odor, right? Like a very strong one. Strong means it will be very bad or very good either way. Now number 4. This plant has small tubular shaped flowers. Now as you can see, these are very small flowers and they are tubular, which means the part that connects the flower to the branch is very tubular. It looks like a tube, which each have 4 petals. Now one flower has 4 petals, and as you can see, they do have 4 petals and are arranged in clusters in terminal area stems. Now they are arranged in clusters or like mushroom shapes. Like as you can see, this is shaped like a mushroom. Yes, the flowers group up together and they grow up and they will form this structure which looks like a mushroom. Yeah. Now flowers come in many different colors, including red, yellow, white, pink and orange, which differ depending on the location in inflorescences, age and maturity. Now there can be 5 colors, which are red, yellow, white, pink and orange. Now as you can see, we only have yellow and a pink. Yes, as you can see, there's a yellow and pink, but I have also saw that there's also white. Yes, there is some white flowers right here. Here's this one. It's also white, and depending on which location it is in and the inflorescences, its age, on how old it is and how the maturity goes, then it will have different colors. Now number 5. Lantana camara is native to Central and South America and occurs in open to partially shaded moist areas. Now right here, Lantana camara is actually native to the Central and Southern America. Yes, it native to Central and South America. Yes, those continents. Now, it mainly originated from South America and it also originated from Central America. Yes. And it only grows in open to partially shaded moist areas. Now, it will only grow properly in partially shaded, which means it is not too dark but not too bright. Like there is not too much sunlight, nor there is too much shadow just covering it up. Yes, it will be partially shaded. Like it will just be half light, half dark areas. And it also should be moist, which right now it's raining. It has been raining. And today it has been raining, so it is kind of moist. I guess it will count. Yeah. Now it was introduced into the United States in the 1800s. Yes, this flower was actually introduced to the United States in the 1800s or in the 19th century. Yes. And is still sold as an ornament for landscaping. Yes. And is actually sold as an ornament or decoration for landscaping, which means it can decorate the land. Yes, it is used. This plant is actually used to decorate the land. Yeah. Now number 6. It has pretty little flowers. Yes, as you can see, they are very small, but has prickly leaves and thorny stems. Now, as you can see, if I touch these leaves, then they are very prickly because they are very rough and they might have spikes too, but they are very small, so they shouldn't affect anyone. And they will just spike. And if I touch the stem or the branches, then it also has spikes. Yes, if I just touch it. Now gardeners like it because elephants and deer avoid it, so it will prevent any wild animals from coming close. And also butterflies and birds love it. So many butterflies and birds can come here and enjoy whatever there is. It's on this putus plant. Yeah. So it keeps away wild animals, but it will only keep away wild animals as a shrub. Yes, this is known as a shrub. If it's from the wild, then it's a shrub. And shrubs are very large. So if they are large enough, they can actually fend away any wild animals. But if it's from a pot, then there's actually no use because it has to be very large so it can actually defend against any wild animals. Now, what is the life cycle of Lantana camara? Now, after slow growth, a strong root system settles and thickets grow in the first rainy season. Yeah. Now, after the slow growth or the first stages of the life of the Lantana camara, a strong root system settles, and if I touch the roots, the roots are under. Now, and thickets will grow. Now, the thickets means just the branches that have a lot of spikes. Yes, because it has very small spikes, so I guess it will count. Now, it will just grow in the first rainy season, and since it is rainy season, then it is growing. Now, flowering lasts the dry season until the end of the rainy season when fruits are mature. Yes. Now, the flowering or the growth of the flowers, lasts the dry season until the end of the rainy season. Now, the flowers will grow during the rainy season, but will start growing after the rainy season. Yes. Now what? Now here these very little flowers will grow during the rainy season to the end of the rainy season. Yes. Now, the flowers will grow during the rainy season to the end of the rainy season when the dry months will come. Yes, and they will stop growing and will stay healthy and try to survive in the dry climate. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next one. Now, does lantana grow in India? Now, lantanas arrived in India as a decorative shrub. Now, this is used as a decoration. Yeah, in India when the British brought it. In the British colonial period, quickly took over several ecosystems as an invasive plant. Now the Britishers introduced these plants to the Indians as just a decorative shrub, which means this shrub was used as a decoration. Yeah. Now, when it was introduced to India, but it had accidentally just invaded all the new ecosystems in India and has become from a decorative shrub to an invasive plant because it had used to destroy the crops. Yes, this is good and bad at the same time. It was used as a decoration, but it just became a weed. Now, a weed just is now a weed means the plants that destroy the crops, and farmers are not very happy about it, so they will just remove it. Yeah. Now, Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve in Western Ghats is one of the largest impacted hotspot areas due to invasion dominated by Lantana camara. Now, the Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve, or just a reserve where all the natural things in the forest are contained here, are reserved here in the Western Ghats, is one of the largest impacted hotspots, or just the areas which are most affected by these is putus plants. Yes, because the putus plants have just invaded the biosphere and took over. Yeah. Now, is lantana good for mosquitoes? Now, this is the most exciting part. By placing just a few pots of lantana around your outdoor living areas, even at your door, you have a natural barrier against mosquitoes that provides between 27 and 42% protection. Yes, now just planting a few pots outside your door or whatever, then it will provide you a protection from mosquitoes from 27 to 42%. Yes, that is very good if there is mosquitoes going in your house all the time, being uninvited. Yeah. Now, here are the very important ones, which are the health benefits of Lantana camara. Yes, they are edible. Now, in traditional medicine, Lantana plants have been used for centuries. Yes, they are even used for medicine. Yes, now they are not edible, but they are used in medicine. Yes, this has been used in traditional medicine for centuries. Centuries means over 100 years, couple hundred years. Yeah. Now, they are said to treat various common health issues such as fever, colds, coughs, headaches, skin infections, and digestive problems. Yes, by this plant, it can cure these things: fever, cold, coughs, headaches, skin infections, digestive problems. Yes, from this pot, you can cure them all. Yeah. Now, these plants are also said to have anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and antifungal properties. Yes, they have things which are anti-inflammatory, or they will prevent any inflammation in your digestive system. Antibacterial, which means they can remove the bacteria, and antifungal, which removes fungal properties. Now, moreover, what makes them more valuable is antioxidant and anti-cancer properties, which means it also prevents cancer. Yes, this plant prevents cancer. And their benefits for cardiovascular health, which means they also control the amount of fat in your blood vessels. Now, despite its many health benefits, there are certain risks that come along with lantana plants and their usage. Yes, they should also be controlled with their usage. So, don't think too much while you're actually getting a lot of lantana plants while you're watching this. Now, if taken in large doses or if they're taken too much, then it can be pretty risky and dangerous as it causes nausea, vomiting, dizziness and headaches. Damn, I didn't know there will be opposites from all those health benefits. Now, in the long run or later, sooner or later, and on the more stark side or the more unhealthy side, it can also lead to liver damage, kidney damage and even death in some cases. So, if you take too much of this plant, then you will just most likely die. Yes. Now, it is also said to be poisonous. Even though it's medicine, it's still poisonous. So, medicines are actually contain the good parts of this lantana flowers. Now, the leaves of Lantana camara is mostly used in herbal medicine for wound healing. Yes, if you get a wound, that will kill you. Fever treatment, if you got a fever, that will treat you. Cough treatment, that will also treat you. Influenza treatment, that will also treat you. Stomach ache, that will also treat you. Malaria, etc. Now, it has also been recorded that can be used for the treatment of cancers, chickenpox, measles, rheumatism and ulcer. Now, for the last question, is Lantana camara plant poisonous? Yes, that's the last one here. Now, Lantana camara is a weed. A weed means a plant that destroys crops and other. Yes, that destroys crops basically. Yes, and they can invade farms and they will destroy all the crops that the farmers will expect to grow, and farmers will not get enough crops to buy. So most farmers will just remove the weed and they will remove the putus plant also because they affect the crops and destroy them. Now, is a weed of national significance to Australia. Yes, to Australia it is a weed and threatens stock through its toxicity. Yes, it also affects the crops with toxicity. So if the farmers ever collect them, then they will be most likely poisonous. So they will also suffer the same things of the negative health effects of Lantana camara. Yeah, all Lantana should be treated as poisonous to stock. Yes, or to the farms. Yeah, red flower varieties or the ones that have the flowers red, it are thought to be the most toxic. Yes, thank God we don't have that because we only have white, pink and yellow. We don't have the red one. But some white and pink flower varieties can also be highly toxic. Okay, I guess these are toxic now. Okay, so that's all for this plant here, Lantana camara, putus plant. Yeah, that's what we call it. Okay, so that's all for this video. Thank you for watching my video. Bye. See you next time.